All right, guys. Sorry, I have a broken camera, but that's okay. You can still listen for audiobook purposes. I'm on Seven Habits. I'm starting habit six, Synergize, and I am on page 182. When you get to 182, you're going to see a bunch of geese. If you see a bunch of geese, you are in the right spot. So I'm going to read from 182 to 185. Page 182. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Have you ever seen a flock of geese heading south for the winter, flying along in a V formation? Scientists have learned some amazing things about why they fly that way. By flying in formation, the whole flock can fly 71% further than if each bird flew alone. When a goose flaps its wings, it creates an updraft for the goose that follows. As the lead goose gets tired, he will rotate to the back of the V and allow another goose to take the lead position. The geese in the back honk to encourage those in the front. Whenever a goose falls out of formation, it immediately feels the resistance of trying to fly alone and quickly gets back into formation. Finally, when one of these geese gets sick or is wounded and falls out of formation, two geese will follow it down and help to protect it. They will stay with the injured goose until it is better or or dies and then will join a new formation or create their own to catch up with their group. Smart birds, those geese. By sharing in each other's draft, taking turns in the lead position, and honking encouragement to each other, and staying in formation, they accomplish so much more than if each bird flew solo. It makes me wonder if they took a class in Habit 6, Synergize. So, what does synergize mean? Basically, synergy is achieved when two or more people work together to create a better solution than either could alone. It's not your way or my way, but a better way, a higher way. Synergy is the reward, the delicious fruit you'll taste as you get better at living the other habits, especially at thinking win-win and seeking first to understand. Learning to synergize is like learning to form V formations with others instead of trying to fly through life solo. You'll be amazed at how much faster and further you'll go. To better understand what synergy is, let's look at what synergy is not. Synergy is celebrating differences, teamwork, open mindedness, and finding a new and better way. Synergy is not tolerating differences, working independently, thinking you're always right, or compromising. Synergy is everywhere. Synergy is everywhere in nature. The great sequoia trees grow in clumps and share a vast array of intermingled roots. Without one another, they would blow over in a storm. Many plants and animals live together in symbiotic relationships. If you've ever seen a picture of a small bird feeding off the back of a rhinoceros, you've seen synergy. Each benefits. The bird gets fed, the rhino gets cleaned. Synergy isn't anything new. If you've ever been on a team of any kind, you felt it. If you ever worked on a group project that really came together, or been on a really fun group date, then you felt it. A good song is a great example of synergy. It's not just the beats or the vocals or the lyrics, it's all of them put together that make up the sound. Each musician and producer brings his or her strengths to the table and creates something better than each could have alone. No part is more important than another, just different. Celebrating differences. Synergy doesn't just happen, it's a process. You have to get there. And the foundation of getting there is this: learn to celebrate differences. I'll never forget encountering in high school a kid from Tonga named Finey. At first, I was totally intimidated by him. I mean, this guy was built like a tank, strong as a bull, and there were rumors going around that he was a street fighter. We looked, dressed, talked, thought, and ate differently. The only thing we had in common was football. So, how in the world did we become best friends? Maybe it was because we were so different. I never quite knew what Finey was thinking or what he would do next, and vice versa. That was seriously refreshing. I especially enjoyed being his friend when a fight broke out. He had strengths that I didn't, and I had strengths that he didn't. Together, we made a great team. Boy, am I glad the world isn't full of a bunch of clones who act exactly like me. Thank goodness for diversity. The word diversity usually calls to mind racial and gender differences, but there's so much more to it. As you probably already noticed, human beings have a wide variety of physical features, hair textures, nose sizes, clothing styles. There are also endless differences in language, wealth, family backgrounds, religious beliefs, lifestyle, education, interests, skills, age, and on and on and on and on. I'm going to go ahead and skip the poem. Meet me under the poem at The World is a Great Melting Pot. The world is a great melting pot of cultures, races, religions, and ideas. Since this diversity around you is always expanding, You've got an important decision to make regarding how you're going to handle it. There are three possible approaches that you could take. Level one, shun diversity. Level two, tolerate diversity. Level three, celebrate diversity. Shunners profile. Shunners are afraid of differences. It disturbs them that someone would have a different skin color, worship a different god, wear a different brand of jeans than they do, because they're convinced that their way of life is the best or right or only way. They enjoy ridiculing those who are different. Although all the while they are believing that they are saving the world from some terrible pestilence. They won't hesitate to get physical about it if they have to, and will often join gangs or cliques or anti-groups because, as we've mentioned, there's strength in numbers. Tolerators profile. Tolerators believe that everyone has the right to be different. They don't shun diversity, but they don't embrace it either. Their motto is, you keep to yourself, I'll keep to myself. You do your thing, let me do mine. You don't bother me, I won't bother you. Although they come close, they never get to synergy because they see differences as hurdles, not as potential strengths to build upon. They put up with your differences, but they never try to understand or learn from them. They don't know what they're missing. Celebrators profile. Celebrators value differences. They see them as an advantage, not a weakness. They've learned that two people who think differently can achieve more than two people who think alike. They realize that celebrating differences doesn't mean that you necessarily agree with those differences, such as being a Democrat or a Republican, only that you value them. In their eyes, diversity equals creative sparks equals opportunity. So, where do you fall on the spectrum? Take a hard look. If someone's clothes are different, do you value their unique clothing styles, or do you think that they're out of touch? Think about a group that has contrary religious beliefs to yours. Do you respect their beliefs, or do you write them off as a bunch of weirdos? If someone lives on a different side of town than you, do you feel that they could teach you a thing or two, or do you label them because of where they live? The truth is, celebrating diversity is a struggle for most of us, depending on the issue. For example, you may appreciate racial and cultural diversity, and in the same breath, look down on someone because of the clothes that they wear. All right, that's all the reading that I've got today. Go ahead, if we still have time in class at this point, go ahead and get into your Habit 6 worksheet. If we do not have time, we can go ahead and finish that up tomorrow. But go to Habit 6 worksheet, the defining section. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow.